Welcome to the Bowlers Union podcast. And today's episode, we are going to try and pick an all-time Pakistan Test 11. As you can see, I have my Pakistan colours on. Yeah, cheeky. And this, potentially this is an insane team, Keith. And I know we did talk about having like a quarterfinal or semi-finals where we pit them off against each other. And as you just sort of said off air there, there's a selection of bowlers here.
Mate, like you said, we're going to try and pick. I think we're not going to get it right to everyone's liking, but what a lineup of bowlers and all-rounder they have here. It's pretty insane.
Well, it's a really interesting one. We've obviously got a list of bowlers who we're going to talk about. I think Australia is the only other team where we would even consider having two spinners that we've done so far. But the amount of spin quality that this nation produces is insane. Right. Okay. How do you want to start this then? Should we start pinging some names out there, or do you want to put some definitely ins in the team, or what?
Well, let's just ping the names out so listeners can, just understand the struggle that we're going to have to go through here. So let's start. You've got Waqar Younis, Wasim Akram, Shoaib Akhtar, Mohammed Amir, Mohammed Asif, Syed Ajmal, Imran Khan, Danish Kanaria, Yasser Shah, Abdul Qadir, Sakli Mushtaq, and Mohammed Abbas.
It's like a joke. It's okay. Why do they produce so many unbelievable bowlers?
Honestly, I could not tell you. I think it's insane the amount of names I've reeled off there who are all amazing bowlers, and I couldn't tell you. Obviously, I think the love for cricket, the love for being just amazing bowlers. Everyone's desperate to be the best there is.
Because I've thought about this from pitches. The pitches in Pakistan are renowned for being the flattest in the world. Like, they are insanely flat. So, you know what? Yeah, okay, that's a valid argument, right? That's why a lot of their bowlers have high ball speed and they can move the ball in the air. However, that same argument goes against what we say in the UK. So many English bowlers are from up north. The wickets seam around a bit, so we produce loads of seamers. So, that's like the exact opposite of the argument for why Pakistan have got loads of good bowlers. But, this is a joke. We could go 4 spinners. What do you think about that? Prepare a Bunsen.
I'm just not sure how else it'd travel around the world, mate. That's the only issue with that.
Imagine back in the day if this team rocked up and it was a spinning pitch, and you could just be like, well, okay, we'll play Ajmal, Sakline, Abdul Qadir, Yasser Shah. Yeah, totally. Should we remind listeners of our self-imposed rules?
Yes. Obviously, each player that we pick, we can't pick anyone from a year that was before 1985, which is the year that Chris was born. I was 86. So they've got to have been playing after 1985 onwards. So this is the block we've got, and we've picked basically 12. Is it 12 bowlers? I think we've just gone through there, roughly.
Yeah, something like
bowlers that are probably the elite of the elite when it comes to it. And do you know what I was thinking? Obviously, there's been teams that we've gone through, international teams we've gone through, and you're kind of thinking, they may be just missing a spinner, or they're all-rounder spot. We're trying to shuffle it around because of certain conditions or whatever else. This attack here, whatever we pick out of these 12, will cover all bases. Whether it's swing, whether it's nip, whether you need outright ball speed, whether it's reversing, these guys are covered.
You know what? I've just realised this is quite nostalgic for me. So when I was a kid and we used to play in the garden and stuff with my mates and that, I would always pretend to be Pakistan.
Really?
So I had an old friend called Peter Woodland, and he used to have a really long like driveway, and he used to open his garage up, and you'd bat at the entrance to the garage, but the garage is obviously 12 foot deep kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you'd run down his drive, and then it would level off, and you bowl from there, and the drive would have been 15 meters, something like that.
Perfect.
Mate, I used to literally hurl down this driveway and just try and bowl the quickest reverse swinging ball ever. His dad used to lose his mind because the ball would obviously it was like hard, so it was a bowler centric game, and he used to give it out to me as well. But if you left it, the ball would go through into the garage and it would hit the shelves at the back, and like paint cans and everything would fall off. Absolute carnage.
You know what? Just thinking of that, I remember my neighbours hated us because we had like those old school tin canny garage doors. The ones that fold up. So every time I'd run in or my brother would bowl at me, we'd be going as fast as I would be. He was 7 years older than me. But any ball would hit that garage door and there'd be some massive clang, just like bang, which would happen all day. I feel sorry for my neighbours actually thinking about it.
Hey, sorry, this is random, mate. I don't know if I've told you this, but I've got another story. So when I was younger, same kind of garage as that, I passed my driving test and my sister was about to start her lessons. And I thought, I'll take her up the road, as in just up our little road. So it's like it was a close. So take her around the close and then, we pull back in. So it was in my mum's Ford KA back in the day. So I've let her sort of drive off, and obviously you know what closes are like. You can kind of turn around without stopping. You can kind of swing around. So my sister swung the car around, went to go back in the driveway, and I hadn't told her how to brake. So she literally drove us both straight through the garage door, just straight through the garage. So we had a car crash. I don't think I've told you that. I remember my mum coming out. My mum was so upset. He was like, my car. My dad had got he made a little office at the back of the garage. Gone through that. Oh dear. I can't believe I told you that because I know you like your driving as well. So that's why it sprung to mind.
Oh my god!
You can imagine me as well going like brake, and she was like, I don't know how. I was like, oh my god, I've got about 2 seconds to explain it. Carnage. Right, sorry for that. Let's talk about the bowl again.
Yeah. Do you want to work your way from most highest wicket taker and work our way down so that people can get an insight of who's taking the most wickets and their average and whatnot?
Yeah, well, okay. We'll start then with the highest Pakistan wicket taker of all time, and that is Wasim Akram. 414 wickets at 23. I dread to think how much money this guy would have earned in today's T20 franchise era.
Yeah.
He is like the first pick, isn't he? For every single franchise.
100%.
I know this is a test attack we're talking about, but what a player.
Yeah. There's not, as soon as people talk about, obviously people who played back then, as soon as you hear them talking about facing any bowler, he always pops up. I think he's the main person that gets spoken about out of most because of what he could do with the ball. His action was awkward. It was all just all difficult. Everything was difficult. It wasn't just like that he's quick. It's like you can't pick his action up. And then the ball's reversing. Oh, brilliant. And he just blocked people's toes off.
Mate, you've summed it up there. And it's like not only does he have every single skill that you need, he had a short run-up, which batters seem to yip up, don't they, when bowlers bowl quick off a short run-up. So he's kind of got that. He's at you before you're really ready. And like you said there, he used to hide the ball behind his head. So even picking him up was hard.
Yeah.
Let alone all the skills he's got. You remember Richo told me a story once. Apparently, he was batting and Wasim Akram was bowling. He was at the non-strikers end, and Wasim nicked off the bloke who was batting, and Richo accidentally shouted, "Catch it!" So he was like, "Number 11, number 11." He's like, "Catch it!" And then realised he vocalised that he just wanted to get off the pitch and he didn't care if his bloke got nicked off. But yeah, and also left armour, like he has. Yeah. You know what? You could argue as well. He's in the all-rounder category. He's not going to be, but you could argue.
Yeah. Next bowler.
Yeah. Are we just reading them off at this point? Yeah. In order, or so. To randomise it a bit?
Go in order, just easier, isn't it?
So the next leading wicket taker for Pakistan is Waqar Younis. Obviously played a lot with Wasim Akram and formed that formidable new ball pairing. 373 wickets, also at an average of 23. So basically they were the same. He played a bit less than Wasim. But yeah, exactly the same record. Basically.
Another amazing bowler. We've started off with two of the best there, Chris, to be honest with you. I think I'm trying to not pick my team yet, my bowlers.
Okay.
But I feel like I've picked two already.
Well, I mean, I guess what's interesting about Pakistan is just this depth. So, like, I mean, we can pick two. There's still going to be a spot there, isn't there? That's up for debate.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a debate it is. I mean, should we give some names of people we're considering then, rather than just reading them off in this order?
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
Okay. All right. So here you go. Kevin Peterson would say this was his toughest opponent, and that is Mohammad Asif. So didn't play a lot of cricket because I think obviously there were I don't know what the correct term is. I wouldn't say match fixing, but like there was certainly some spot betting allegations and stuff like that where he bowled a few no balls. However, quite widely recognised as being like freaky skillful, like 106 wickets at 24. So, I mean, that's a decent average at Test level.
Yeah, I do think Ricky Ponting said that he found him ridiculous to face as well. Like really difficult. The two very highly ranked batters there that are pinpointing him as
That's cool. If you want like what's the word I'm looking for? Like an authorization or like a confirmation of how good someone is, those two saying this bloke can bowl is cool. He played for Leicester for a year, right? And apparently he was mental. But he would be one of those guys that he'd run in, show something, and then in his gather or whatever would spin the ball around.
Yeah, that's
apparently whether that's a thing, I don't know, but allegedly he could.
Yeah, I mean, I've known one of the bowlers to do that. Nakash Tahir, he could do that.
I mean, that's finesse. That is so. I mean, it's hard enough running in straight, is it? It genuinely is. Let alone doing that with the ball. Incidentally, actually, I won't name names, but we've got a lad that we're doing who's part of our mentoring service and stuff. And I remember chatting to his dad the other day, actually, and he said someone told him at club level that he should work on that skill that we've just discussed. I was a bit like, tell him to stay in his lane. Like, I'm like, that is like the most 1% high end of bowling that there is. Let's just, whoever this club batter is that's told him to do that to be more deceptive. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm speechless on that. I don't want to waste my breath on that one.
No.
Mohammad Asif, another unbelievable bowler. Who's next on your list then, Chris?
Okay. I've got one who needs a mention because we harp on about him all the time on the podcast, Mohammad Abbas. And he he stands out to me because he's like an English seamer, right? He's bowling on the world's flattest pitches that don't seam, yet he is an English seamer kind of vibe. But he's got 100 wickets at 23. So, yeah.
Jesus. This is the thing is, he's shown you can do it the other way. You don't have to be outright rapid, but just through being at one with bowling,
yeah,
you can be successful in Pakistan. I mean, averaging 23 is for Pakistan is insane. Yeah, especially when you've not got as much like pace to work with, because everyone would look and think you need pace. Another great shout.
I wonder. I think he hasn't played so many games because I think when Mickey Arthur took over, they went on a bit of a fitness push, and I think a few people got left out on fitness grounds. And I think Bassi was potentially one of those, which. You know, I mean, bloke gets wickets at 23. Talk about making your job difficult as a head coach. Got a bowler averages 23, and you're like, you're not fit enough, mate. I'm leaving you out. But maybe Pakistan have got enough bowlers that you can. I don't know. You know,
true.
His Instagram, Bassi's Instagram, I love it. It's just him training, isn't it?
Yeah, always
all the time. Right. Okay. Bassi. Do you want to throw one out there then? I'm just going to make sure I've ticked him off.
Well, the speed demon himself, Mr. Shoaib Akhtar, the quickest to have ever bowled, mate. The longest run-up, probably the most fearful person to have ever lived, I think, with a ball in the hand, because that run-up was so long. I can't believe he had the engine to do that and bowl that quick for that long. Intimidation, you know, it's either your head or your toes up pretty much. There's no in between. He 178 wickets at 25.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frightening because obviously certain bowlers, you know, can do certain things, and he's one of those bowlers that no matter what the condition, whether it's wet, whether it's windy and cold, he's still going to be 90 clicks plus. That's someone that I don't think anyone wanted to face, and still to this day people wouldn't want to face, no matter what format. I don't care. You can do these ramps and whatever. I know we're going away from Test cricket here, but you can do these ramps in T20 cricket, but you get that ramp wrong, you're in hospital for quite a long time.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, I mean, and actually, you know what? His average is so good because quite often the bowlers who get the role of like pace merchant and stuff, their averages can creep upwards, can't they? A little bit. Often they bowl at perhaps, you know, when partnerships are established and they have to try and break it. All of these kind of things. They'll bowl with a bouncer plan and it can kind of go one way or the other. That, to be fair, it's some incredible stats. And like you say, just fear, isn't it? Like, can you imagine waiting at the other end, watching him charge in? I think Clarkey, who we played with, made his debut against Pakistan. I think he told us a story, didn't he, that he was able to face a ball from Akhtar, then look behind, and the ball still hadn't got to the keeper, which was Moeen Khan. It was like, and he could see like the speed. He still hadn't caught the ball. So, I mean, yeah, incredible for Akhtar. And obviously quickest ball of all time, 160 something. I don't know exactly how quick. Do you know how quick he bowled it? 161 maybe?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was the Nick Knight delivery, wasn't it? I think it was 101.3 to be exact, I think.
Jeez. Yeah,
I think.
I'll tell you what is an interesting watch. If you can find on YouTube, if you type in Shoaib Akhtar v South Africa, and it was in around 94, 95, I want to say, when he first came on the scene, it's an absolute joke. I remember watching it at home because obviously the test matches in South Africa started at like 8 o'clock, I think. So I remember having a day off school and watching it. and he was just like, yeah, I remember him just peppering them basically.
I feel like with his action as well, just quickly, because of how he bowled. I know we're going along the lines of his elbow and whatever. Like if you get too big as a bowler naturally, you won't bowl as quick. But I think because of how he bowled, the stronger he got in the gym, I think just the quicker he was. Do you know what I mean? I feel like because he was a big, strong guy anyway, but I think the bigger he got, and as long as he could stay agile, he was just going to bowl quicker and quicker.
Well, yeah, no, you're right, mate. I think there's a lot of chat, isn't there, around run-up speed and how it helps bowling speed, which is perfectly fair, right? However, there's a point at which you still need to be able to then essentially bowl, be in a position to bowl, even if you run in that quick. But he seemed to master it, didn't he? Because he would sprint in, but actually he'd organise himself really well. He was strong enough to handle it. Okay, cool. Well, we've also got Mohammed Amir here, but I don't think when I look at it,
it's an honourable mention.
It's pure skill.
I think he had the profile to maybe be in conversation before all this stuff happened, because I think he could have had an amazing career. But I think with his time out, and then things have changed for him now, I think a little bit. I think it's just a bit of an honourable mention. Early on in his career, he was going to be something very, very special.
Yeah, totally. So I'll tick him off. No other country is blessed with the spin talent that Pakistan are. So should we just get stuck into some spinners? Because we need a spinner in our team, and I'm sure there may be an argument that there should be two spinners in the team. But should we start with the off spinners?
Yeah, who do you want to start with, mate?
Well, the two off spinners that we're going to talk about: Saqlain Mushtaq, Saeed Ajmal. I mean, both incredible bowlers. Saqlain's got 30 more wickets, but Ajmal, who played a bit less, has got a better average. So it depends how you want to go. Ajmal, I know he was called for an illegal action, wasn't he, at one point?
Yeah, he was. The thing is for me is that how much different was it from Muralitharan? And he didn't. So I'm going to put him in that bracket.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, I remember that series England played against Pakistan in Dubai, and it was a joke. He was like bowling 55 to 60 mile an hour, like just ragging it both ways. Like a complete farce to bat against it would have been.
I do remember playing Warwickshire played Worcester, and he'd obviously been playing a few games, and it was a Champo game, and Neil Carter had said he'd been told that when Ajmal loaded up, if his thumb was sticking out, the ball went the same way as where his thumb was. So if his thumb was like out towards what would be the leg side for a batsman, it was going to turn in. But if his thumb was in, it was going to go the other way.
Yeah.
From what I am aware, this got round and got back to him, this rumour.
Yeah.
So in the warm-ups, everyone's just looking and watching him. Like, obviously, he's a great bowler, but with his action, how he had held that pose in his action, and you could see thumb out, which way did the ball turn? The opposite way. Thumb in, it went the opposite way, and it was like, all right, that's not. No, thanks for that information, Carts, but that's not worked. That's he's got us fooled here.
I love all of that stuff because, like, the thing with spin, and I think the thing with any variations with bowlers, sometimes you get batters who are like, I can pick it, I can read it, and even if they can, it's so difficult to like actually then play it well too. Do you know what I mean? How are you meant to spot a thumb pointing out? Like, it's literally 2 inches. You're 20 whatever yards away. Like, that'd be so difficult to even see. And then at that point, are you even moving to bat, or are you just looking at his thumb?
No. And you know what? I was really lucky, Chris, actually. I forgot about this. There was like some cup game that went on a few years back. I think it was 2019 actually, where certain clubs got chance to play, or you got chance to play at the then Utility Bowl now, and I ended up being put on the team with the man himself. Obviously, he'd gone through where he had to change his action, whatever. But now he's retired and he's playing for a bit of fun. And you had two overseas players in your team, and I was fortunate that I was playing with these club players, but I got him in my team.
Yeah.
And obviously, he bowled with his old action, and I was stood at slip. Obviously, it tells you how serious the game wasn't if I'm stood at slip to spin.
Yeah.
I didn't know where to stand because I didn't know how quick it was. I didn't know if he was going to be like, he's retired, he's just going to... I'm glad the first ball didn't find the edge because I'd have ended up in hospital. It was so quick.
Yeah.
And it ragged. It was insane how someone could generate that much pace with that action and that much turn. It was an unbelievable experience. Never forget it.
Yeah, that's cool, to be fair. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? People probably don't realise... quite often you don't realise until you're either at slip or you're batting against it, how quick and how much energy is on the ball with some of these elite spinners. I mean, obviously we were lucky to play with one, like Jeets.
Yeah.
But I'm sure even Jeets would say like that Ajmal and his pomp is a different ball game to Jeets. Jeets is very orthodox, whereas Ajmal's like, this is good luck with that.
We did play him as well actually when he was at Worcester again. When he'd had to change his action, I let's say I made the most of that arm being straight. I just teed off against him. It was brilliant. But him bowling when he was obviously with his normal action, I reckon one of the most difficult. He just made batters look really stupid. Yeah,
totally. Well, other off spinner, Saqlain Mushtaq. So he's a little bit more towards when we were younger, and maybe some listeners won't be so familiar. Probably, I'd say he's more orthodox than Saeed Ajmal in terms of he had a bit more flow in his action and stuff like that. But I think he was maybe the first person to bowl like the ball that went the other way.
Yeah.
So I think he deserves a lot of credit for that. I mean, because it was very innovative at the time. However, he's not, I don't think, quite as good as Ajmal, even though he's got a few more wickets. I think Ajmal pips him for me. Is that fair or?
That's fair, mate. That's fair. I'm not going to disagree with that. Nothing else to say. You've said it all there. I've got a few friends who are massive Pakistan fans. They may be disappointed by what's been said there, but at the end of the day,
oh really?
Maybe, I don't know. I'll wait till this is out and I'll see what kind of ear bashing I get with who we've picked. So we'll see. Okay. We'll see.
Well, I mean, like I told, when I was young, I was in the garage pretending to be Saqlain. So I'm a huge fan. And actually, it's one of those where, when you say to someone, "Oh, bowl some off spin for us in the nets,"
yeah, quite
often bowlers actually bowl it a bit like Saqlain. Do you know what I mean? It's more out at the front than more of a traditional off the action. Obviously, no one spins it like Saqlain did, though. But right, let's talk about the leg spinners because there's 3 leggies that have all done really well for Pakistan. Now, in order of their wickets, you've got Danish Canaria with 261, Yasir Shah with 244, and Abdul Qadir with 236. I'm proposing, right? Actually, in order of their averages, though, the best average is Yasir Shah, then Abdul Qadir with 32. So Yasir Shah's 31 average, Qadir 32, Danish Canaria 34. Anyone who's older will be listening to this going, "Oh, you've got to pick Abdul Qadir here. You've got to pick Abdul Qadir." Well, statistically, that doesn't sound right when you look at this because he's not got the best average or the most wickets. Now, I played with Danish at Essex, and obviously, there's not beat around the bush. Allegations there with doing some bad stuff, spot fixing and stuff. his average is the least. So I think that means that maybe we can overlook him in favour of Yasser Shah. There's also that clip. Have you seen the clip online where he chirps Brian Lara?
No.
Right. So Danish is he's funny, right? He's quite scrappy and he's chirpy. I think he chirped Lara. This is in Pakistan, and Canary was like, "Oh, come on, Brian! Like, come on, like, come at me, Brian." And Lara literally just goes bang, bang, bang. Honestly, it's worth 5 minutes of watching on YouTube. It's absolutely genius. Because Canary's like, oh no, like, yeah, Lara's not someone honking. So I think Yasser Shah, for me, is the best leggy here.
Okay.
So if you're considering a leggy for this team, he's the one. He averages 31. He's got 244 poles. Another famous clip online doing the rounds is when he gets Shannon Gabriel out. That is one. Most people who like cricket have seen that one. The whole "why did he do that" episode. But yeah, Yasser Shah, to be honest, really good record and a very tough skill, isn't it? Leg spin. So credit to him where it's due.
Are you kind of looking at maybe trying to have one leggy and one off spinner? And is that your?
Well, we in the past we've tried to really balance the team out. So, in my opinion, you wouldn't play two offies. I don't think. If you've got a leggy like Yasser Shah, I'm giving away a bit too much here about who I think should be playing, but because we have to have one spinner, right? If you're going to play two, I think you would have an offie and a leggy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I'm coming at. But that's debatable because again, who they're competing against for that slot might outgun them. There's one more person that we haven't mentioned in our list.
Go on.
And actually, looking at his record, there's a strong argument that this is the real best player of all time, and that's Imran Khan.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you've come on to
him. We have to have an all-rounder as per our rules. So we just looked at a list of wickets first, because obviously this is a bowling lineup. So Imran Khan has 362 Test match wickets at 22.8, which there is no better bowling record on that list than him. So well done, Imran. Elite performance. Now, we wanted to confirm his all-round abilities, so we clicked on him personally and looked at his batting record. He also averages 37 with the bat.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a joke of a record.
It is.
Not only that, he played for 21 years at international level.
That's ridiculous. I mean, just like from a county perspective, people looking, if you have 10 years as a county pro, you've done well. So to have 21 years at international, I'm guessing there's probably him. There's not that many. Jimmy Anderson, another, but you're in a very rare space if you've played for that long.
Yeah, it's incredible. Obviously, was captain. I know it's Test cricket we're talking about here, but captain Pakistan to the World Cup win in Australia. I can't get my head around. Actually, I can't get my head around the batting average. I thought it would be a little bit like a few of the other all-rounders that we looked at, where it was like Richard Hadley. It was like, he averages in late 20s or something like that. That's insane. Like you could play as a batter, frankly. To be honest, he's in the team, right? Should we start narrowing this down now? So Imran Khan is in our team as the all-rounder. So he is the way we're doing it, is he number
8?
7? Okay. Next person who is definitely in our team, one position below him is, we're going Waz, yeah?
100%.
Wasim Akram. That's an easy pick. Okay. Right. We have to have a spinner. Which spinner do you like the most, Keith?
Who do I like? I like the one that made batters look most stupid.
Okay.
And I don't mean as in just most stupid in this team. I'm on about everyone he came across. No one could really. And he even was like, oh yeah, Dusra. And then he got people panicking because he's talked about a Tisra. Like, oh, and everyone's like, oh no, what's this ball?
So that is Syed Ajmal, right?
Yes.
I couldn't agree more. From what I've seen, he looks just absolute next level. Right now, it gets a bit.
And sorry,
Well,
just on top of that, probably the greatest of all time interviews, if ever he was on.
Mate, that's another YouTube worth doing. A Syed Ajmal interview. Yeah.
If you have not watched his interviews, please go on YouTube and type his name in, and just type in interviews after it, and you will have a great time. Great time.
I'm probably gonna do that actually while I eat a sandwich for lunch after this. Yeah, you're spot on. You're spot on. That's very. I'm actually gutted that I forgot that.
You don't forget. Obviously, there was the whole like kind of when he scored some runs, but then the best one was who was he interviewing with? Aussie left-hander. Oh God,
like Hayden or someone.
No. He was being interviewed with I've forgotten, but he's talking about bowling and science. He says about science is the man, and you need to watch it if you haven't seen it. It's so funny.
So have a look. I've seen one, definitely seen one, but that I don't know if I've seen that one. So the decision I think we've got here, Keith, is basically do you go with two spinners, in which case you only have one more seamer, or do we just play two more seamers here?
I do think with it's a tough one. I think with Ajmal, you kind of maybe don't need another spinner. I think, because of how he was as a bowler. I think he made people just question. They just had to just. Like, I'm just going to try and sweep every ball. Like, they were never sure of what was going to happen. So I don't know if you need a second spinner.
Sure.
I mean, obviously, I do like my quick bowlers, and no one's really slow in this team. But to have probably the quickest bowler that's ever lived, I'm pushing towards a little bit because, just if I want to wrap things up early, and we've got through the first 4 or 5, if the two opening bowlers have got through the first 4 batters reasonably quick, I'd be looking at my big 100-mile-an-hour bowler to say, let's have you do the damage now.
You know what's funny, mate, is if I'm batting, right, and it's in a test match scenario, and at one end Akhtar's on, because that's who we're talking here,
and the other is Ajmal.
I am running down the pitch, Ajmal, so hard. I don't care. I won't have the first clue which way it's turning, but I am getting there and I am going downtown. And probably Ajmal's cleaning up, isn't he? Let's be honest in that scenario. Yeah. I do remember we were in a meeting once, and I think someone put a picture. It was at Warwickshire, and Ashley Giles was there, and someone managed to get a video of Akhtar cleaning him up. Do you know the image I mean?
I need to see that.
Yeah, Google that one. Google Akhtar v Giles, and it's literally like 100-mile-an-hour Yorker, hobs everywhere. Yeah, completely agree. So we've got Imran Khan, Wasim Akram, Shoaib Akhtar, Ajmal's at 11, I think, isn't he? He's an 11, right?
Yeah.
We got one more seamer then, which I think we know who it is, isn't it? It's Waqar, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Waqar Younis is the final spot in this team. I mean, fast away swing with the new ball, like amazing reverse swing skills, just proper. And actually, I reckon growing up, he was one of those guys where, like, when you're growing up and you're the kid in a grown-ups cricket team, and they talk about quick bowlers. It was always Waqar Unit. It was always Waqar was the one that you'd hear all the time. Almost more than anyone. I know there's amazing bowlers out there, but that was always the one. Everyone talked about Waqar Younis Yorkers. So, I mean, that's just an absolute elite bowling lineup. So to confirm, Imran Khan, Wazim Akram, Shoaib Akhtar, Waqar Younis, Syed Ajmal, Waqar Younis and Wazim with a new ball, and then Imran and Akhtar as the first change bowlers.
Yes, I'd be tempted to get Imran off after three or four, because I would want Shoaib on with Ajmal pretty quickly. I want them two working together.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's the formula for success, I reckon, if ever I've heard one, to be honest. But yeah, that's amazing. That's going to take some beating if we get into this head-to-head contest. There's one thing maybe it lacks compared to some of the other sides.
Go on.
It's height.
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But do you not feel that Akhtar covers that because what he brings?
No. I'm being extremely picky. That's you know what I mean. But if that's it.
Do you know what? I'm that confident about the first. Like, realistically, I may even go Ajmal and Akhtar coming work like bowling together. I'd be interested to know. Well, obviously we can't know, but I don't think there'd be many times that Imran Khan was needed. I think that opening pair of Waqar Younis, Akram, Shoaib Akhtar, and Ajmal would blow through teams 8 times out of 10 before it even gets to Imran Khan.
You can have a couple before tea.
He's not getting. You mean before lunch? Because they're not getting to
over 70 to 80 if it gets there before the second year or whatever. No, that's an unbelievable team, Keith. I'm really happy with that. I'm really interested when we put that out there. If anyone wants to challenge us on any selection there, I feel like maybe Syed Ajmal might be the only one, and it might be for some people of an older generation who want Abdul Qadir, but they're wrong. This is the team, mate. This is it.
Yeah. With the extra bowl that you carry around, who would it be? If you were to carry one, just in case of, I'm thinking spinner here because
based on the stats that are in front of me, it would be Yasir Shah. And
would it not mushy? Oh, you got leggy, wouldn't you? You got leggy.
Yeah. I'd go with a leggy, and then basically, if there was a niggle to one of my seamers, I'd just be like, oh, you know what? Don't worry. Or if it was a wicket that looked like it would turn at all, I'd be like, come on then.
Yeah.
And I'd just say to someone, rotation, boys. But yeah, unbelievable. Right, let's end it there. What a fantastic lineup. One of the most enjoyable bowling attacks ever, that one. And thanks so much for tuning in. If you like the podcast, leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. We really appreciate that. But until next time, take it easy.
I was